Hi Cancer, I hope that you're all doing well. This reading is going to cover the 1st through the 15th of November. We are starting off with 6 of Wands and 9 of Wands. 6 of Wands and 9 of Wands is when you've accomplished something. So you can be at a point where you're like, okay, I've gotten to like this mark in things, or this point, or I'm like halfway through, but I'm seeing it not be finished yet. So there can be it's like when something is marked periodically or in intervals. Like, let's say you're doing this like huge hike or a huge climb, okay? You could be like halfway up the mountain right now, and that is an accomplishment within itself, having that 6 of Wands. So you'll feel like you're on track with something. You'll feel like you're making like really great progress. Like, where you have gotten to so far is fantastic in and of itself. But having that 9 of Wands shows you're not finished yet. So there's still more that has to be done. Like, you still have a ways to go. So you can be like getting good news, or you get like some feedback that's really good, or you're like, I'm halfway there and this is like a really important moment for me where it's like marking something. And so, yeah, I wonder too if that's going to be encouraging, because whatever this is that you're doing right now, having that 9 of Wands, it shows that you're doing something extremely challenging currently. So to be going through something like that, we can kind of use all the help that we can get, especially in terms of like encouragement, motivation, like good feelings surrounding what we're doing, a feeling of like appreciation, of recognition for what it is that we're doing. So having that come through at this time, even if this is like you just really like giving yourself credit for something that you're doing right now, I think that whatever this is that's going on currently, wherever you've gotten to, can be a source of encouragement for you. So like, let yourself definitely feel that all the way, because it's going to help you keep going. Okay, so you're on the way to attaining something that you want. I'm seeing you be very much on track. Good news. Love to see it. This is kind of a slow and steady climb. But I'm seeing things go really, really well overall. But maybe it's not necessarily one of those processes where it like gets easier every day. Maybe it's still like really challenging every day, but you're still doing it. You're still showing up and doing it. Yeah, I'm seeing this is one of those times where what you're working on, it's like really aligned with your values. Like, you've locked into something. You know, sometimes we work on a goal and we end up accomplishing that thing, and then it like feels kind of empty, because like for us it maybe didn't hold that deeper meaning, because like maybe we were doing it for reasons that were kind of like out of alignment, or we didn't realize whatever that person said it's important, so that I'm trying to accomplish that goal, and then I get there, it doesn't really mean anything to me because that had meaning for them, not necessarily for me. You have locked into something that does hold meaning for you, that is important for you, which I feel like is really important to recognize. So not only are you accomplishing something, but you're accomplishing something that's meaningful to you, which means that you are going to feel really in touch with this, and that this is going to have like a greatly positive influence on you. So this is something where it can have you feeling like you can set out and accomplish things, and like you can create what it is that you want, and like this is going to give you a type of feedback that you want, and put you in like a really positive feedback loop. So I see overall that feeling good to you, and it can be a little bit of a mental game as well for this, where at times this is taking consistency and for you to show up, because it is a bit of a slow climb. It also seems like it requires you to adapt as well, because we're seeing two knights as the court cards, and this is needing to look at things to evaluate and say we either are like on track and I just need to keep doing this, or if you see something and you need to like pivot a little bit to recognize that and then move forward. So there can be a lot of having to check in. This can also be helping you get rid of anything that goes on in your head that may not be full of truth. Like if you have had any false narratives in the past surrounding what this is, it can be a time when that's getting cleared up. Like you can be like gaining a lot of like true information on this, whatever this is pertaining to. I'm seeing as long as everything stays as it's been and you stay on track, I'm seeing you are going to accomplish your goal here. This is really fantastic to see, because you really have been going the distance. So you can see a huge amount of progress like around the 15th. That can be a point where you look at things and you can really just see how much ground has been covered overall. Can be a time that feels like you're expanding beyond what you've explored before. And you can be seeing just how powerful consistency can be, because this looks like a process that it has been unfolding rather slowly. And that can be part of the challenge, is to keep your head above water and to keep moving forward, even though something seems like it takes a lot of time to be happening. But then as like day by day passes and it starts to accumulate, it seems like you can look at things and be like, wow, stuff really is happening, but it can be difficult to see in a moment. So that's why I'm saying I think that it challenges things about your perspective, where, you know, sometimes we look at something and if we don't see like immediate results or changes overnight, we can kind of like give up because we feel discouraged about this. This feels like one of those things where you're seeing like what a consistent effort actually accomplishes, and that you're just like overall seeing that happening. And like I'm seeing an insane amount of progress that you've been making, and something that just is feeling really good to you, which is a great thing to see, because you're working on something that feels right to you, and that is really powerful in and of itself. Regardless of what it is, it holds meaning for you. This is empowering to you. This is something good for you. So to be working on something like this, it really it's something that will allow you to feel like good about yourself. But it's more than just that. It's that feeling of like, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And that is something that is irreplaceable, and something you'll only feel when you're actually in a place of alignment with harmony and peace within your life. That's not to say there aren't still things to work on, or that you don't still have like a little bit of a ways to go here with this, but you know that you're on track. And it's not even just about the destination, it's about the process, and that you're doing the process the right way. And it's just being further confirmation and validation of that for you. I think this can also be telling you more about what you want and what's important to you. Like I'm seeing stuff about things being evaluated at this time. So there can be stuff that's been coming to light that as you progress, there's stuff that's coming up that you can be receiving, that you can be understanding, that you can be recognizing, and that it has to do with things that you want, dreams and goals for yourself, like overall the deeper feelings that you're having to what you want versus what you don't want as well. Like this is something that can be being clarified. So yeah, all getting clearer on what you want, all getting more clear on what you want, and also, again, what you don't want, and helping you to move forward. I see stuff having to do with emotional discernment as well. So for some of you guys, there can be things having to do with relationships that are also part of this process as well. You could also have multiple things going on. Like maybe you have multiple things that you're investing in right now within 3D. Like maybe some of it is relationship stuff. Maybe some of it is like other goals having to do with like other things within 3D. But overall, I'm seeing you like making moves very mindfully and very deliberately overall. And that the challenge can be for you to like keep progressing and keep moving forward, just because this is something that is more slow. But I see overall it's like I'm accomplishing more things that are more, I'm accomplishing more and more things that are important to me. And this isn't for the sake of accomplishing things. It's kind of like if you decided that you were going to come to Earth and there were certain things that you wanted to connect with here in 3D, you are connecting with those things. And so it's like while you have a purpose being here, this is about like fulfilling those purposes. Whether it's like I want to climb a mountain, or I want to drive this type of car, or I want to have this like particular dynamic with this person, or I want to learn how to do this, like whatever these things are that you've been wanting to experience within 3D, those I'm seeing are the things that you've been working on. So I just see overall this being really just wonderful. I think that you're getting more like clear and deliberate with the choices that you've been making, feeling more in touch, and that you're doing things that really like resonate with you and resonate with the journey that you want to be playing out. So it's really just a wonderful thing to be seeing overall. So as long as things stay on track, which it seems like they very much are, I see you in a really fantastic rhythm for the first half of the month, which just seems like a continuation of what you've been doing. So all the encouragement for you. The only thing that I'm seeing here is just to make sure that you keep checking in and make sure that you're going in the right direction, because you can kind of be sailing and at times the wind can shift you a little bit, and you have to keep like checking every day just to make sure you're going in the right direction. It's just like a check-in, it seems, that has to happen, just to be like, okay, I'm on track, or I need to like pivot slightly, and then you keep doing your thing. But it seems very like incremental and small if any of that is happening. It's kind of like every day making sure that your direction is calibrated, and then once you make sure of that, to just continue on with what you've been doing. But it can be kind of tiring because of having to be so checked in. Like that can be something where you don't really have the luxury of checking out, because this process is requiring you to be really present. So make sure that you're doing what you need to like balance and recharge that energy for yourself, because this can be like mentally taxing at times, and it can be sometimes a little bit overwhelming, noisy. You may have to like quiet the mind at times. Some of you guys can be practicing breathing techniques. You can do stuff having to do with water that can be helpful to you, and also exercise. Music too, things that will have you like kind of moving around within the energy. If there's ever a time when you feel like you're getting like too much in your head, or you just need a mental break, do something that will bring you back into your body. Like you can practice coloring, it can be breathing, you can do some like activity that's like more repetitive physically, you know, like throwing a ball up in the air and catching it, something where you don't have to think a lot about it. Or like go on a walk or something, listen to music while you're doing it, and just like get out of your head. It can just help you balance the energy overall. All right, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.